I had someone in my audience ask me the other day why I say that people that make OSR products are not independent tabletop role-playing game designers. He asked me this. He said, give me a response that convinces me that why you said that isn't for a petty reason. Like, prove to me that you're not just saying it because you're maybe jealous or some other type of petty, dark secret deep down inside that I'm not mentioning, right? I'm just going after people, but it's like, well, why? Why? Well, to be honest, I knew when I mentioned it, there'd be quite a few people that were going to be insulted by it, especially people that talked a big game, right? Talked about being independent tabletop role-playing game designers. So when I came around and said, if you make an OSR product, you're not an actual independent tabletop role-playing game designer, I knew right away that was going to piss off some people. And there is a part of me that wanted to say it for that reason, because I think some people's heads got too big and they needed to be humbled. And I mean, you know it, when you buy an OSR product, you're playing D&D with maybe some host rules, with a different than normal Dungeons and Dragons theme, but you know you're playing D&D. So and you'll even hear people talk like that purchase OSR products. Yeah, I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons, but we're doing this. Right? And you want to know why they say that? Because it is someone else's game. It's not their game, they just clone the game. So it's easy money, I get it. It's an easy attraction because a lot of people want to get out there and they want to purchase these different themes with old school D&D. I get it. It's easy money. It's easy work. But there's a seat that comes along with the hard work of being an independent tabletop role-playing designer. Like, I have to earn that seat. I had to take 15 years to make my game from the ground up. Man, the work I put in to earn that seat. And what? There's a seat right beside me that some half-ass drooling at the side of their mouth, lazy fucking nerd can come along and just sit in that seat beside me and go, I get all the respect too, but I've done almost fucking nothing compared to you, Steven. I'm like, well, what does that tell anybody else who's making a game right now? Hey, if you spend 10 years making some new rules and a completely new, product that would be great for the hobby and the market, well, by the time you get here, some Tom, Dick, or Harry will come along, do something that's half-assed, and we'll praise him as much as we praise you. You've given 10 years, 15 years, 20 years of your life. You've committed yourself and worked really hard to make something special. But Tom, Dick, or Harry over here just did some copy and pasting, and, well, he gets the same respect. He gets the same privilege. The thing is, where did the respect, the throne, and the privilege come from? Real independent tabletop role-playing game designers had to work their ass off, earn the respect, create the throne. You guys create the pedestal, but you do that through the respect you have for people that are working hard. So all the hard work creates the stage, creates the throne for the hard-working person to sit up there and get their earned respect. So what happens when the hard-working, real independent guys create the stage, create the throne, but then some lazy half-ass guy comes along, copies and pastes somebody else's work, and then sits up on the stage, people like me created, sits up on the throne, people like me created, and that person created nothing. No stage, no throne. They did nothing to have earned any of that, the praise, the privilege, but they get to sit up beside me. Why should I be okay with these half-ass people coming along and just getting the respect? And to the point where, here's what I've noticed. After the independent people create the stage and create the throne, because everyone considers their work hard work, well, now it's all owned by the fakes. Now they're all praised for hard work when they're copy and pasting. They're praised as if they did the work for 15 years. I see OSR guys out there, and I'll see the people talking to them like they spent 15 years making their product. They didn't, right? But they'll talk to them like they have, like they've invested that time. They'll take them serious like they have, when they haven't whatsoever. And somehow in the process of creating the stage and the throne through that respect, somehow All the real independent guys have been booted off, and now all you have is clones. It reminds me of a like Call of Duty Warzone or whatever, the Warzone cheaters. All the top players in that video game online, pretty much all of them, just about, are fucking cheaters. And you know what was funny? They recently brought out a game called Battlefield 6 or something like that. These same cheaters who were all the top players went over to Battlefield 6. The cheats weren't there for them, and they completely flopped like bottom of the barrel players the second you take the cheats away. Well, I sort of look at these OSR guys like they have cheats. They get to go sit up on a throne on the stage, only created through hard work that they don't do. And they didn't help create that. And now it's almost like all these cheaters get to pretend that they're top dogs like they do in the Warzone game, even though all the Warzone players, the top people, are all fucking cheaters. And without the cheats, none of them would be taken serious. Well, it's like you go to the OSR guys, right? It's like cheating. They're calling themselves independent tabletop role-playing game designers when all they've done is copy and paste. And what is independent about that? Independence means you did it yourself. You did it without help. I made a whole game by myself, not a team, not nothing. I'm true 15 years invested, independent tabletop role-playing game designer. Period. I'm the real deal. Put the time in, did all that. I did all the stuff that you respect people for sitting up on that seat for doing. So when you respect somebody up on that seat, you expect they put the work in. You respect all the hard work, right? The problem is, what I'm telling you is, when you praise the OSR person, you're not praising someone who's done the hard work, who's done all the shit to earn it. And I don't hate the people that are doing OSR thing. It's just, I look at the hobby and go, why would you want to cheaply undervalue what I do compared to the OSR guys? Like, this is where the hard work is, and that hard work should be respected and praised. It should be. But if the people aren't doing the hard work, they shouldn't get that privilege. And we should make that an issue. It should matter in this hobby. Because that's what attracts people. You want to attract talent and hardworking people? Do you think they're going to come here and make a game for you if they look over and go, yeah, but some Tom, Dick, or Harry can come over and do a copy and paste and make more money than me? What's the point? Like, what's the point in investing themselves into the hobby or into anything you do? And this seems to be a common problem in the tabletop role-playing game hobby. I know all kinds of talented people that are interested in what we do. They don't touch it. And you want to know what they tell me, every single one of them? Every single talented person I met that will not touch this hobby. And there's a lot of them that are interested in it. Want to know why? Well, they think talent, charisma, and all that is not rewarded here in this hobby. They think to invest themselves into this social gathering is a waste of time. I mean, just look at the games online that draw the best people, have the biggest audiences, are the most entertaining. When you get to them, you realize these are games that, well, the best of the best, they rise. The cream rises to the top, like in a game that I personally love, like Rust, right? Like, it's the reason the talented people show up there is their hard work is rewarded and taken seriously. Right? Like, you get that, right? That's why they draw so many young, talented, charismatic people, and you see a lot of these. I mean, Rust is completely built off its talent. What do I mean? Rust wasn't that well advertised over 10 years ago when it came out, and it wasn't for years. But it started off rough, it started picking up. Well, what happens during these early years? Well, because the best could be the cream of the crop in the game, it meant you're going to attract a lot of talented, if it's a decent game or decent idea, you're going to attract a lot of very intelligent, talented people. And what happens with all these young people coming in with charisma? Well, they start aging, going onto YouTube, and you start meeting all these fucking charismatic little superstars that are going to talk about the game all the time and grow giant audiences. And why they do that, it's going to be all free advertising for Rust. Rust does very little advertising. Most of its advertising is done by their cream of the crop players, right, that are all on YouTube. Now, they've acknowledged the benefit from these guys so much that they work with the YouTubers. You can ask them. That's a serious thing. And they understand because it's hundreds of millions of dollars of free advertisement from these young, charismatic YouTubers. But Russ draws some of the best people online, some of the most intelligent, some of the most talented people around. I look at the tabletop role-playing game hobby and go, just like Rust or anywhere that draws talent, you need to tell talent that if you come here and give us your talent and your time, it gets rewarded. It can't be, if you're a talented person and you come here because you're interested in it, we don't reward talent. We'll throw you under the bus. Take Tom, Dick, or Harry over here who's copied and pasted a game, and we'll praise him. So what does that tell anybody with any fucking talent? Stay the fuck away from whatever they're doing. They don't appreciate hard work. They don't appreciate sacrifice. They don't appreciate talent. They appreciate hearing what they want to hear. And the Tom, Dick, or Harry can come around with a fucking awful OSR product and still sell it to these fucking idiots because he said what they wanted to hear. Nobody in their right mind with any talent or feels independent or isn't going to kiss your ass, which is most talented people, they're not going to show up here because they realize, well, if we don't kiss the audience's ass, the customer's ass, they won't reward us for, even if we have a good game. They won't reward us for the talent, the time, and everything. Even if we make the greatest game they could have ever played that's more suited to them, they'll skip purchasing it, go ha ha, run over to the guy who says the cheap shit that they want to hear, and they'll buy a game from him, an OSR product that they're never going to play. Right? I don't know how many guys I see with OSR products where it's like, I asked them honestly after months of buying it, like, are you ever going to play that? No. Go figure. Some of them play some, but they buy a bunch of them and then don't play them. I'm like, yeah, but this experience over here is brand new. It's something you should give time to. It's something you should want to find out about. It's not a clone. It's an interesting thing, and it's a true independent person that needs investment. And here's what I'll get from somebody in the tabletop role-playing game world around the old school. Well, he's not making what I'm looking for. How do you know? Right? But I know the OSR product will be the same old shit that you've been playing for years. And I guess that's it. They say it's old school for a reason. They're not meant to evolve. They all stand still and don't move forward. I guess so. I guess if you just like buying third-party products for D&D, different gaming ideas and different adventures, that's what you're doing. But I don't know how anybody can look at an OSR product and say that's an independent game. No, it's not. It's just D&D with a different theme. Am I wrong? D&D with a different theme. It's copied and pasted. Do you know how much work goes into making rules from scratch? If you knew that part, Jesus fuck. That's the part that can take you investment in years and testing. But imagine you could skip all the testing and just go straight to D&D. This is why these guys can come out with these cheap copy and paste ideas and put them out in less than a year. Right? Or how about you take your little host rules and make a game and sell it on the market? And how about people reward you? And what comes from that? Do we learn anything? Is there anything new? Not really. And is D&D going to be the honest, complete future of the hobby? Clearly not. So you're investing in something that's not going to really use your investment. It's a personal thing, and most of what you're going to purchase you're not going to use. I don't get it. I don't get the tabletop role-playing game hobby, but here I am being a true independent tabletop role-playing game designer. And when you hear people that they're going, man, we got to support these indie guys. They support people that make clones, most of the people that say that, and there's not a single person on their list that they support that says, I'm an independent tabletop role-playing game designer. So when they say they support indie designers, you're being lied to by well over 90% of people in the tabletop role-playing game hobby. They have no idea what it is to be independent. They've confused it, and they allow undeserving people to sit on a throne that they never created, couldn't create, and haven't earned. Okay, I love you for now. Take care.